this week's edition of Fantasy Factor, the show that will be sure to make your fantasy team win this upcoming Sunday. I'm Seth Prevertil, joined alongside Jack Geddes and Josh Craig. And boys, we're back here on Fantasy Factor. The playoff races are heating up. Those division races are heating up.
Yes, it is.
It's time for us to prepare you to not only make the playoffs, but ultimately bring home that championship.
The chip.
I hear that.
So, fellas, let's get right into it. Top players for the week. Jack, we'll start with you. We'll go with quarterback. Who do you got?
All right. Number one, Cam Newton at the Detroit Lions. Let me tell you, he tossed for 2 touchdowns in the last 8 games, okay? So he knows how to throw it in the end zone. All right, that's over. Detroit has last 3 quarterback opponents have a completion rating of 80%. That's 80%. That's a lot. He has a 10-day rest, and he played last Thursday. Christian McCaffrey and Devin Funchess are also set to have a great day after with Cam Newton here. And I'm predicting 30 points. 30 points with a dual threat Cam Newton.
That's a big prediction right
30
there,
points
Jack.
is a
You
huge
have him. You should
prediction.
start him.
You can't, I mean, it's a good pick against Detroit, but I don't know, man. 30 points. I'm not.
If anything,
I'm not sure
too,
about
like, all these people are going to be so disappointed when he just gets 25, and that's a lot.
All right,
you know?
Josh.
Protect
Who do you got?
25
Who do you
points.
got?
All right, I have Dak Prescott facing the Falcons. Enough said. Let's keep moving along. No, Prescott has more than 20 fantasy points for the last 3 out of 4 games that he's played. He is completing better than 70% of his passes since the Amari Cooper trade. And the Falcons defense, they're just bad. You know, since week 2, they have given up either 300 passing yards or they have given up 3 touchdown passes. So what I'm saying is that Dak Prescott is going to have an amazing game against these guys. And with that being said, Prescott has a rushing touchdown in the last 3 out of the 4 games he's played. So I'm thinking that he is going to have just a great game going against his Falcons.
30 points?
You know, the way.
I'm not going 30 points, but, you know, maybe close. Maybe close to that.
The way this season's going, I was not thinking that Dak Prescott would end up in the top players.
He's becoming the guy.
Here.
He sucks.
People are having...
Jack, please.
Jack, please.
He's not a good quarterback.
We're going to move on to running back here. We'll start with you, Jack. Who do you got this week?
All right. David Johnson. Let's ring the bell, people. Give the ball back to this kid after last week. He had 37 points against Kansas City. That is no joke. 37 points. That's enough to like win you your game here. Let's see who he plays next. Oh, the Oakland Raiders. We've talked about the Oakland Raiders so often on this show. I don't think I even have to go into their stats as a defense. But just because, here we go. They've allowed the 4th most points to running back, and that is 25. Any running back from here on out against Oakland is a must start.
That performance by Johnson, though, like seemingly, it seemed like it came out of nowhere, you know? And it's just, I mean.
So if it came out of nowhere against a team like Kansas City,
you're riding the hot hand.
What do you think? What do you think is going to happen with the Raiders?
All right. Jack's riding the hot hand. Josh, who do you have?
Dion Lewis at the Colts. All right, so hear me out here. Lewis isn't the starting running back on that team.
No.
But he is doubling the touches, and Derrick Henry is just. He's getting all of the red zone rushes because every single time the only reason why Derrick Henry is getting more fantasy points coming up here is because he gets all of the touchdowns. But I see it to be unfair because Lewis, he's doubling, like I said, the rushes. And going against this Colts defense, I do believe that he will be getting the ball more, and I think that he's going to be getting in the red zone. So if you add all that together,
hey, it's kind of a risky pick here, though. You're talking about a guy you just said. I mean,
Dion Lewis.
Henry's the one getting the touchdowns.
It's a risky pick, but with the projections that I've been seeing, and just like how it's been going on that team, because Derrick Henry, like he's not reliable at all, but.
Interesting choice there.
Interesting choice, Josh.
Definitely an interesting choice there, Josh. But we got to move on to wide receiver there.
It's not been a good
day
for Josh.
It's definitely a risky pick. I like the thought, but for top players, a little iffy there. But anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to move on to wide receivers. Josh, I'll give the floor back to you.
Come on,
Who do you got for wide
I'll take it here.
You want it?
No, you can have it.
All right, we got T.Y. Hilton versus the Titans. All right, the Titans' defense is real and spectacular, except on the perimeter, which is conveniently where T.Y. Hilton plays. The Titans are giving up the 4th most points per completion played lined out by wide. So what I'm saying is against the position on the field, number 1, which T.Y. Hilton is, I think Luck will get the ball out to him, and he's going to have a spectacular game. And the Titans aren't good with the deep ball. So I think that I think we'll see that T.Y. Hilton's going to be getting a lot of deep balls, and he's going to be getting touchdowns. This guy, he's going to be getting big gains this upcoming weekend.
All right.
Pretty
See,
solid
that, on the other
argument.
hand,
That was a
it's
good
a respectable
pick.
pick.
Yeah, I like
now,
that
Dion
one.
Lewis,
I mean,
know.
he's also one of those guys that you're not sure if you're going to start him. Start him. We'll see what happens.
We'll get
see
back
what
to
happens.
Lewis.
Let me tell you who you should start, and he'll be good no matter what. All right, Alshon Jeffery this week against the New Orleans Saints. He's the #1 wide receiver on that offense, which was amazing last year. This year it's been a little shaky, but it's Wentz's go-to guy on that offense. Each of his games, not playing an elite quarterback such as Rhodes of the Vikings, he has balled out. He's got above 20 points. So against the New Orleans Saints, who have allowed a lot of passing yards, I think he's in for a great day. My prediction, 25 points for this man. You start him.
You're going way too high there.
You're
Jack.
not
going
Look
way
at all
too
the
high.
weapons
Are
that
we
he has
in
on
D
offense.
blocks?
Look at all the weapons that he has there, man. Yeah, are we in
Are
D
we in D-block? I mean, these are good predictions, but, like, they're bold. They're very bold.
I like the pick, not so
man.
much the point total.
All
But
right,
anyway,
fine,
let's move on.
fine,
We'll
Seth.
move on to
Fine,
tight
Seth.
end here. Jack, we'll start with you. Who do you got for tight end this week?
Evan Engram of the New York Giants. Okay, he's against Tampa Bay. And again, they're a bad defense. And let's tell you a little bit about Evan Engram here. It's all right. For this, the tight end position has been one of the shakiest of like this year because it's
definitely
been
pretty sketchy.
it's been very sketchy. But Evan Engram this week is definitely a big promising start here. He's against Tampa, which have allowed the second most fantasy points to tight ends, and with 701 yards for the entire time against tight ends, I think he's a must start in this situation.
All right, not a bad pick there, Jack. But anyway, Josh, how are you going to counter that one?
Yeah, Josh,
You
let's
know-
hear yours.
It pains me to say, but Austin Hooper going against Dallas. I know I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, but I gotta say it. I'm not gonna start it personally, but if you guys aren't Cowboys
So you're not
fans,
gonna start
the
your own
Cowboys-
pick.
the
You're going to
Cowboys-
start him, but you're going to
Stop talking.
defend him?
It's my time.
Dude.
The Cowboys are a bottom 5 defense for the tight ends for the past
Dude.
4 weeks. So allowing opponents to complete 76.8% of passes when targeting that. Forget it.
All right.
Hooper is coming off a 10 reception game. This
No.
man is becoming the man on that team. Start him. See what happens. I'm not starting him because I am a Cowboys fan. But
All right,
give
all right,
this
let
man
me
a
tell
chance.
you-
Interesting argument there.
Julio Jones is the guy on
You
that
know,
offense.
we
I'm
have
just
plenty
gonna-
more to debate coming up later on in the show. Stay tuned for more fantasy updates and news coming up after the break. We'll be right back on WTOP 10.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
I'm a lot more confident and a lot more sure of my abilities. At Oswego is where I really found myself and became the person I am.
You work hard and you play hard. I love the environment of SUNY Oswego.
And welcome back to Fantasy Factor here on WTOP 10. Here we'll tell you who to pick up on the waiver wire this week. Jack, we'll start with you.
All right, if you're looking for a quarterback this week, let's say Tom Brady's on a bye, let me tell you who to pick up. Lamar Jackson, okay? Joe Flacco is injured this week, so they're either going to go with Lamar Jackson or Robert Griffin III, and let me tell you, they're not going with Robert Griffin III. If you've seen Lamar Jackson play in these games, he has provided an electricity to that offense that Joe Flacco simply cannot provide. He is a dynamic two-way player that you saw last year in Louisville. You can see what he does. And with this NFL offense and this NFL playbook, I think he's going to be amazing this week. And I think you should pick him up because only 18% of leagues own him. So if you're looking for a quarterback, pick him up.
Pick him up. Might not be a bad way to go there, Jack, but for me, I'm going to roll with Josh Reynolds. So, as we all know, Cooper Kupp is lost for the season for the Rams. And they're facing a Kansas City team this week that is one of the worst teams against the passing game in the NFL. We're talking about a team. Now, these are two of the best teams in terms of offense. So you're going to look to get Josh Reynolds more involved on this team. Last time he made a start, he had 2 touchdown catches on 3 receptions. Is he going to have the same production value as Kupp?
No.
No. But
not even close, though.
No, but he's definitely going to have some more playing time, and there's going to be some more opportunities.
Yeah,
so
but
if he's available, pick him up.
Is he even good enough?
He is good.
You don't know if he's good enough.
Upside,
That's the
he's
problem
a young
here.
receiver. He's got upside. That's what I'm saying. These are guys you need to pick up, to steal, to beat your opposition. This is a perfect example of that. Jack Geddes.
I wouldn't say necessarily that he's going to be doing great, but maybe he'll even improve Robert Woods. And
it's one of the best
Brandon
offenses.
Yeah, it's one of the best offenses. Maybe he'll add a little bit something to that. You know, I'm going to bring something back to the table here. Keke Coutee. This man is coming off of a hamstring injury, and he's only owning 13% of leagues because everyone dropped this man. Even after what he proved at his debut for the week 4, 5, this man was plus 20 points in all of those. I really do believe that this man is going to be coming back and he's going to be furious high. He's going to be furiously high. He's going to want to be the man on that team again. All right, so this man, he's coming back. He's going to be doing good. He's going to be doing good stuff. You're going to pick him up again. And he's going to be doing it for you.
Excuse you?
He's going to be doing it good.
What just happened?
He's going to be doing it good?
I'm so
doing it good. Pick him
confused
up.
as to what just happened. Anyway,
wait,
I
so
love
you're
the
gonna think
passion.
Keke, all right.
Let me just point something out.
I love Keke Coutee. This man is awesome.
Hold on. I feel like there's a double standard here. Weren't you insulting Jack for picking up Keke Coutee?
That was before.
And now you're defending him passionately.
That's before I knew what this man could do. This man has proved himself, and he hurt himself. But you know, he hurt himself. But this man, he's had a few weeks to just kind of de-steam, and he's coming back. He's gonna be fresh. He's healthy on the ESPN.
Wow, that is irony at its finest there. But anyway, let's move on to our next waiver.
All right, okay.
Next waiver wire pick, Jack.
I'm not going to get into that with Demaryius Thomas and DeAndre Hopkins stealing those picks. But anyway, and you know a hamstring injury is lingering. But whatever. Hey. So Anthony Miller is the proper wide receiver to pick up in this situation. He's only owned in 35% of leagues, and he had 23 points last game. 23. This Bears offense is getting the ball to him, and Mitch Trubisky is looking like he's got such great chemistry with this young kid.
Look at that, his helmet just popped off.
He's had 3 straight games with 10 or more points. That offense has been proven to score points, and they've had 41 points and 34 points the last 2 games. And I think Anthony Miller's definitely someone you can pick up and start right away because his trend is going up. So be like my friend Josh, Seth here says, and pick him up.
Man, Jack, you just think you know everything.
I do.
You make me sick.
I do respect.
I mean that in the most respectful way.
I do respect that.
It's all in good fun.
How is that respectful?
I respect you, Jack, because, you know, I myself was looking at him and he looked pretty good to me. But, you know, I may not pick him up myself, but who knows? These people might find what you just said interesting.
It was a decent fit.
Decent call. All right, I'm getting a little bold in my pick here. I'm going to go with Capri Bibbs. He is a...
Who? Capri?
Capri Bibbs? You don't know who he is. I found who he was last week because, you know, I thought he was going to start doing well. This man is laughing at me, but I do not care because I think he's only owning 4.5% of leagues. But, you know, I think that's going to go up exponentially. This man only got
Josh.
5 touches his last game, but Washington gets a lot. Washington leave heavily on Peterson, obviously, because he's the top running back. But you know, I think going against this Houston defense coming up here,
No.
I do believe that.
Do you
that
know
they're
who
going-
Kapari Bribs is?
What?
You said Capri.
It's Kapari.
Oh.
You know what, Josh?
Kapari.
It's-
You don't even know your own
You
players,
just
my
gotta check
dude.
the pronunciation, man. I mean,
You
you're gonna
know,
make the arguments.
They're going against Houston.
Jeez.
Houston, they give up some pass. He's a passing running back, so you know, I think he's gonna be doing well. We'll see.
Oh no,
We'll
Josh.
see.
Oh
it's
no.
just a waiver wire
Hey,
pickup.
you know
Pick
what?
him up.
It was a valiant effort.
I
know,
tried.
some,
I tried,
some
boys.
weeks are not yours.
I
This
tried,
one's-
boys.
This one's definitely not.
Well, fellas, we definitely
Thank you
have
for
some
that.
more time for some more debate coming up later in the show. We'll be right back after the break. You're watching Fantasy Factor. We'll have plenty more fantasy football advice for you coming up after the break.
Stick
We'll be
around.
right back.
Good job, Jack.
Preventing wildfires. That's all Smokey wants for his 70th birthday.
Want to watch a movie? Go to WTOP10.com and select Movies on Demand. You can find some of your old favorites and some new ones too. And it's free on campus. Watch and enjoy.
Hi, I'm Anthony Citron, and for one view a day, you can help producers at WTOP get the recognition they deserve for their work. For just 30 minutes a day, you can help these students make sure their work does not go unnoticed. Please, click the link below and help these students get the recognition they deserve. All it takes is one view a day.
Back to Fantasy Factor. Here we will have two equally projected players. Jack and Josh are going to debate who you should start and who you should sit. First off, let's
Yes.
get right into it. We'll start with Ryan Fitzpatrick at the New York Giants and Aaron Rodgers at the Seattle Seahawks, both projected with 20 points apiece. Jack, who do you got?
Ryan Fitzmagic, baby.
Ryan Fitzmagic.
Hold off, Josh. Let me tell you why. Seth?
That was very
That was
interesting.
promiscuous.
I don't want to see
Jack.
that or think of it.
Yeah.
All right.
We might have to use that later.
Seth has told me that Tampa Bay
Quoting
is
Deadpool, by the way.
is the best offense in the NFL. So you're not going to go with the best offense's quarterback? I mean, why not?
I mean-
Aaron Rodgers is good, but let me tell you, he's not
It's
that
Aaron Rodgers. You have to go with this man. Let me say that Ryan Fitzpatrick, he did start off with a very good year.
Fitzmagic.
Whatever you want to say. He did start off with a very good year, but ever
Right.
since he's been back, his numbers haven't been what they used to be. But Aaron Rodgers, you always have to go with this man.
Who is
he's
his options?
He is top notch 100% of the time.
Well, no, a couple years ago, we're not even having this debate, but we definitely, it's definitely a good pick by each of you. Wow, that was embarrassing right
Wow.
now.
Voice
I'm
crack.
just going to acknowledge that right now. Voice crack, puberty never stops. I'm going to
See,
own it.
see
I'm
that
calling
in
it right
D-Block
here.
next week, folks.
You'll see that in D-Block next week. Anyway, let's move on. We got Dak Prescott at the Atlanta Falcons and Mitch Trubisky against the Minnesota Vikings. 19 points apiece. Jack, we'll start with you.
Mitch Trubisky, he's leading that offense, and the Bears look incredible right now. I think they might go to the Super Bowl, and with Mitch leading the charge, I think he's
Super
very
Bowl.
good.
I mean, the Super Bowl's a little bit of a rush. You still have to go the rest of the season. You have to go to the
Anyway,
playoff. The Bears are looking very good, but Dak,
Mitch is my
but
pick.
Dak, against his Falcons defense. This man has been. He didn't start off the year very well, but this man has proven himself the last few weeks. And since the Amari Cooper trade, like I said, you have to start this man for this week.
Dak has been playing better. It's a good pick either way. Two young, talented quarterbacks. But let's move on to Christian McCaffrey against Ezekiel Elliott. Both 20 points apiece. Jack, we'll go with you.
All right. I like Christian McCaffrey in general.
This man's on fire.
He's on fire. He receives the ball from Cam Newton every time, and he gets points for that reception. I think he's a lot better than Ezekiel Elliott in this situation.
We got two running backs who are on fire.
What is that?
Dude, I don't even know how to get into this. I'm not going to say that Christian McCaffrey isn't good, but Ezekiel Elliott, have you seen what this man has been doing this year on this team? This growing team.
He just jumped over a man that was standing upright.
This man hurdled a man. I don't even know what to say, but this man, he also almost scored 40 points in this league. Like, this man, you have to start this man, and he's going to go off. He's going off every single week. This man is leading with rushing yards.
Tough pick if you have either one of them. They're both on fire right now.
Yeah, both of them. Start both of them.
Start both of them. Yeah, both of them. But we're going to go on to Leonard Fournette and Dion Lewis, both 15 points apiece. Jack, who do you got?
All right. The Jags are desperately looking for some offense. And let me tell you, Leonard Fournette is trying. And he will finally start producing this week. And I just don't think Dion Lewis is, Josh, you know this, he is not a pick you should ever take. He's so shaky. I think Leonard Fournette's at least pretty good in this situation.
Like I said before, Dion Lewis, he's
not good.
I know I was a little shaky with the first, but like Dion Lewis, he's trying so very hard to prove himself on that team, and I think he's doing a great job.
You don't get points for trying.
Going against this Colts defense, I think he's doing a great job this weekend.
Josh,
I will talk to you next week when he goes off.
There are no participation trophies in the NFL.
Or in
anyway,
fantasy
we got
football.
We have 1 minute. Let's go on to one last one. We have Robert Woods against the Kansas City Chiefs.
A battle of the
Brandon
Rams.
Cooks against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
Jack, who do you got?
All right, I'm going to go with Robert Woods here. I just like him in that offense. He's been there more, so I'm just going to go with him.
You're going to bake it on that he's been there more?
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks. This man had 10 receptions last game, 100 yards, and a rushing touchdown. Did you watch that game last week? He is going on and on, proving himself to be the top receiver on that. And he's getting a slightly more target share on that team. So I'm saying he's the safer option, but they both are very good wide receivers. But, you know?
Yeah. Gentlemen, you guys got a very good take there on all those players.
I don't know, Josh.
You know,
shut your mouth.
Fellas, we have some more fantasy football advice coming up for you after the break. We got a little bit more time here. We'll see what Jack has to say when we're right back here on WTOP 10.
Hey, good morning, James.
Morning.
James, wake up. It's Rise and Shine time. James, Rise and Shine. James, wake up. We're starting the show.
Good morning and welcome back to Rise and Shine at 9. I'm James Coutee here with your next update.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year, 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 68. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
If you think trains will stop if they see a car on the tracks, you're right. They will. About a mile after they hit you. Stop. Trains can't.
Hello and welcome back to the Fantasy Factor. And here I will give you my bold predictions for this week and this season. And Seth might say they are outrageous, but who cares? Let's do them anyway. So here's my first one. I'm saying Joe Flacco does not return, not just because of the injury. I'm saying he doesn't return because Lamar Jackson will outplay him.
Lamar
Jackson will outplay him.
You have something there with your waiver wire.
The veteran Joe?
Yes, the veteran Joe.
Flacco, the man, it's his team?
He started off hot,
the man who brought a
but
ring
let me
to
tell
Baltimore?
you, he has withered away. Lamar Jackson withered away.
Okay, maybe this season he's been okay.
Okay, well, whatever. He's a two-way player.
Whatever?
Yes, Seth. He's a two-way player.
My name right.
They can finally open their playbook, and if Lamar plays well, I don't think you expect Joe back at all. And he looked great against Carolina. I think he's probably the best pick here.
What leads you to say that they're not going to give it back to him? It's his team.
That's just like, thank you for your services. We'll see you out.
Out the door?
Well, yeah. If someone's better than you, they're not going to be like, all right, here, give it to the old guy.
Better? He has,
Jack,
he's more explosive.
Jack, can we just move on to whatever you have to say next?
Fine. Okay. You know this Chiefs-Rams game that everyone's so excited about?
Yes.
I think it's going to be a blowout
for
the Chiefs. Yes,
What?
are you kidding me? I don't think the Rams are going to be too well.
The Rams are the second best offense in the NFL.
So
what, you don't think they're going to score? They're going to blow
saying
out?
That the Chiefs are
You're
going to blow
Todd
the Rams
Gurley.
out?
Yes.
Patrick
Mahomes is a guy.
Granted, the Chiefs did lose this Rams did lose to the Saints. With the Rams,
Hold on. Let's look at this. The Chiefs are one of the worst defenses against the passing game in the NFL, and you're going to say that they're going to blow out the second best offense in the NFL, an offense that is better than them, by the way.
Blowout? That's simply not going to happen.
Very poor choice of words.
Poorest choice of words. Please, ladies and gentlemen, do not listen to this man.
Okay.
Goodness.
All right.
Even he's embarrassed by his
I do think the Rams are probably going to win this game.
Here we go.
So
all right.
This is just blowing my mind.
my bold prediction here. James Conner hits a wall, baby. He is not going to produce after this week.
Conner?
If you got him, I'm sorry, he's not producing. He's not going to recover. Okay? He was a great story for Pittsburgh this year.
It is just blasphemy. It is terrible.
I'm embarrassed for you.
Dude, please put the camera on this man so he can bask in the glow of how terrible these picks truly are.
You said Conner. Oh, I want to see, why is Conner going to hit a wall?
Plus, we just got the news that Le'Veon Bell isn't returning.
I want to hear him out. Why is Conner going to hit a wall, Jack?
All right.
Please.
These people are going to get more film on them, and I'm saying...
More film? There's been film all season. It's week 11, Jack. It's not week 3. It's not week 4. It's week 11. He's the guy.
I think the Pittsburgh team is just going downhill.
Like I just said, Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, they're going downhill. Le'Veon Bell scored over 50 points last week. What are you talking about?
He is the man on this team. He has proven himself to just be as good as Le'Veon Bell, which he is not coming back.
You know
he
what's
is the man on this team.
You know what's
Please do not
Seth?
listen to Jack.
Jack, what's embarrassing?
All right, so you know what's embarrassing, Seth? When you're trying to check students in, when you're at Fennell and being an RA, and you're trying to check them in, and you're hitting a balloon, all right? Why would you hit a balloon with an iPad?
I don't know what you're talking about, Jack.
Okay,
you have no proof of this ever happening.
Let's see the clip.
You know,
this
Seth,
is Seth checking students in.
I do feel for you in this photo.
Apparently not caring what the world has to say.
Wait for it. Wait for it. He winds up for it.
He misses. He misses.
Jack,
that's a balloon and an iPad. How do you miss?
I do want to point out, too, that there was just a bunch of people watching him, and we were all snickering and laughing very happily to ourselves.
Like what do you go through your mind in that situation?
All right, it was very slow at that point. It was a long day.
Seth fail.
I
love that.
I don't even remember that happening, to be completely honest with you.
You know,
I do remember seeing that video, but
I would love to keep up with this Seth fail stuff. I really do like it. But no,
Seth, you gotta fail a lot.
We need to cut out this D block thing with Jack because it is really grinding my gears.
I'm sorry, your gears are being grinded.
You know what, Jack? I appreciate the effort to once again humiliate me on air.
It's because I did.
You know, you did a pretty good job of humiliating yourself.
Hey, how about when you earlier?
Anyway, we got to wrap things up here. Thanks again for tuning in to Fantasy Factor this week.